Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the next edition in Small Town Monsters Looks into Werewolves. We have Werewolves Unearthed. And Unearthed is the latest film in Small Town Monsters Look into this cryptid lycanthrope werewolves. And this particular film, I wouldn't necessarily say does anything particularly new or unique with what they do in terms of how they tell their stories. Generally, filmmaker Hiney is leading this crew, and they're looking at the enigmatic dog man of North America, and it's mostly made up of, they're discussing like the big ideas of their film. They wind up interviewing people who've had sightings. They really do seem to have a good grasp on finding people who have quite the stories and also are pretty good at telling it too. And you have journalist Chad Christy, who goes along here interviewing these people, piecing these things together. And I think this film does an interesting job of capturing the anxiety of the unknown. And you have these stories where it's just like something was uncomfortably familiar, but also so weird and different about these experiences, what they saw. And I feel like that's where that level of why these stories are so impactful, because it's like there's some level of comfort in being like, okay, there's something strangely kind of human about this experience. Oh, it could have just been this. And you go through all of these sightings in western Pennsylvania and out in the woods, creating this feel. There's shots of them like sitting around a campfire and talking about these things. Generally, the film, I don't think really adds anything new in terms of anything different than what they've done in some of their previous werewolf films specifically. And overall, their cryptid films, because they do films on Bigfoot and Mothman and all of these different cryptids. But here specifically, I feel like what really sells this particular film are these stories that are uncomfortably haunting at times. And overall, for this film's an hour and 20 minutes or so. They have some good stories here. Adds a bit of layers and such to the outlook on what we perceive as these dogmen, werewolves and such. I think this is a rock solid entry into their series, and it's especially not one where it's okay, I can keep watching stuff like this. This one didn't particularly hook me in a new or fresh way, but it offers a lot of what you enjoy about these films, and they do it in an effective, well put together, and well told way. So in the end, it does what it needs to do. If you're into these kinds of films, it checks those boxes, so check it out. But those are my thoughts on Werewolves Unearthed. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.